Oakland, California, 1969, a sunny Saturday afternoon at Mosswood Park. Bruce Lee is teaching his 4-year-old son, Brandon, basic stances when a bigger kid, 7 years old, twice Brandon's size, walks over, pushes Brandon to the ground, and says loud enough for everyone to hear, "Your dad's just a fake kung fu guy from TV. He can't teach you anything real." Brandon starts crying. Every parent at that playground turns to look. They all know who Bruce Lee is. They all want to see what he'll do. Bruce has a choice. He can use this as a teaching moment and risk looking weak in front of everyone, or he can show this bully real power and risk traumatizing both kids. What Bruce does in the next 20 seconds doesn't just stop the bullying, it becomes the foundation of Brandon Lee's entire martial arts philosophy and turns the bully's father into one of Bruce's most dedicated students. This is the story of how a playground confrontation became a lesson that lasted 2 lifetimes. But to understand why those 20 seconds mattered so much, we need to rewind to earlier that morning. Oakland, California, Saturday morning, June 14th, 1969, the Lee family home on Castle Drive, a modest 2-story house in a quiet neighborhood. Nothing fancy, nothing that screams celebrity lives here. Just a normal American home with a small front yard and a basketball hoop in the driveway. Inside, Bruce Lee is in the kitchen making breakfast: scrambled eggs, toast, orange juice. His wife, Linda, is feeding their 6-month-old daughter, Shannon. And their son, Brandon, just turned 4 years old last February, is sitting at the table, swinging his legs, full of energy, asking 1,000 questions. "Dad, can we go to the park today?" Bruce smiles. "Maybe after you finish breakfast." "Can you teach me more moves? Like the ones on TV?" Bruce had just finished filming several episodes of a new series. Brandon had watched some of the fight scenes, thought his dad was the coolest person in the world. Every 4-year-old does. But for Brandon, it was different. His dad wasn't just cool. His dad could actually do the things other kids' dads only pretended to do. "I can teach you some basics," Bruce says. "But remember what I always tell you?" Brandon recites from memory. "Martial arts isn't about fighting. It's about discipline and control." "Good, and what else?" "The best fighter is the one who doesn't fight." Bruce nods, proud. "That's right. Always remember that." An hour later, they're at Mosswood Park, a large public park in North Oakland. Green grass, tall oak trees, playground equipment, swings, slides, monkey bars. On a Saturday afternoon, it's packed. Families everywhere, kids running around, parents watching from benches. Bruce and Brandon find a quiet spot near the edge of the playground. Open grass area, enough space to practice without bothering anyone. Bruce is wearing simple clothes: white t-shirt, black pants, sneakers. Nothing fancy. He's not here to show off, just here to spend time with his son. Brandon's wearing a little red t-shirt and blue shorts. Tiny sneakers. He looks so small next to Bruce, but he's focused. Taking this seriously, wants to make his dad proud. "Okay," Bruce says, kneeling down to Brandon's eye level. "Today we work on your horse stance, remember? Feet wide, knees bent, back straight." Brandon tries. His little legs spread apart, knees bend, but his balance is off. He wobbles. Bruce adjusts him gently. "Good, but lower. And keep your center here." He points to Brandon's stomach. "All your power comes from your center, not your arms, not your legs. Your center." Brandon tries again. Better this time. Still wobbly, but better. "How long do I hold it?" "As long as you can. Build your strength." Brandon holds the position. 10 seconds. 15. His legs start shaking. 20 seconds. He falls out of stance, laughing. "That's hard." Bruce laughs too. "Of course it's hard. But you're getting stronger every time. That's what matters. Not being perfect right away. Getting better every day." They practice for about 20 minutes. Horse stance. Basic punches. Simple blocks. Nothing complicated. Just fundamentals. Bruce believes fundamentals are everything. Without fundamentals, fancy techniques mean nothing. Some of the other parents at the playground start noticing, recognizing Bruce, whispering to each other. "That's Bruce Lee from the Green Hornet. Is he teaching his kid?" A few pull out cameras, take photos from a distance. Bruce notices but ignores it. He's used to it by now. Brandon's having fun, trying his best, listening to every word his dad says. Then it happens. A kid walks over. Bigger kid, 7 years old, tall for his age, maybe 4'2", solid build, wearing a dirty white t-shirt and jeans. His name is Tommy Jenkins. Every parent at this park knows Tommy, the neighborhood bully, the kid who makes other kids cry. The kid whose father never disciplines him. In fact, Tommy's father, watching from a bench about 30 feet away, encourages it. Boys will be boys, he always says. Toughen them up. Bruce nods slowly. Your dad might be right about TV. A lot of TV fighting is choreographed, planned, made to look good for cameras. But Kung Fu itself, martial arts itself, isn't fake. It's very real, and it's very powerful. Would you like me to show you? Tommy hesitates, confused. He expected Bruce to yell, to threaten, to grab him. Not this. Show me what? Why martial arts is real, and why the strongest people don't need to use it. Now everyone's really watching. Parents have stopped their conversations. Kids have stopped playing. All eyes on Bruce Lee and this 7-year-old bully. Bruce stands up, walks a few steps away, creates space, then turns to Tommy. Tommy, I want you to push me, just like you pushed Brandon, as hard as you can. Tommy's eyes light up. This is an invitation. Permission to push Bruce Lee. He grins. Really? Really, push me as hard as you want. Tommy doesn't hesitate. He runs at Bruce, full force, hands out, ready to shove Bruce backward. Bruce doesn't move, just stands there, relaxed, waiting. Tommy's hands hit Bruce's chest. Nothing happens. Bruce doesn't budge, not even an inch. It's like Tommy pushed a brick wall. The force of Tommy's push rebounds back into his own arms. He stumbles backward, confused. What? How? Bruce smiles gently. That's called rooting. I connected my energy to the ground. Your push couldn't move me because I was stable. Strong foundation. That's the first principle of martial arts. Not punching, not kicking. Foundation. Tommy tries again. Same result. Bruce doesn't move. But you're not even that big. How are you doing that? Size doesn't matter as much as you think. Technique matters. Understanding how your body works matters. Now, would you like to see something else? Tommy nods, fascinated now instead of aggressive. Bruce looks over at Brandon, who's stopped crying, watching his father with wide eyes. Brandon, come here. Brandon gets up, walks over to Bruce. Bruce kneels down, puts one hand on Brandon's shoulder, one hand on Tommy's shoulder, looks at both boys. Tommy, you pushed Brandon because you thought he was weak, because he's smaller than you, because you thought Kung Fu was fake and couldn't help him. Is that right? Tommy looks down. Ashamed now, I guess. And Brandon, Bruce turns to his son. You wanted me to fight Tommy, to show him he can't push you. To protect you, right? Brandon nods. Yeah. Both of you are thinking about strength the wrong way. Tommy, you think strength means using size to hurt someone smaller. Brandon, you think strength means having someone bigger fight your battles. Both wrong. Bruce stands up. Real strength is control. Real power is choosing not to use it. Tommy, I could have grabbed you when you pushed my son. I could have scared you, made you cry, made you run away. But would that teach you anything? No, you'd just be scared. You wouldn't understand. And you'd probably go push someone else. Later, someone who couldn't defend themselves. Tommy's quiet, listening. And Brandon, Bruce continues, if I fought your battles for you, what would you learn? That you always need someone bigger to protect you. That's not strength. That's dependence. Bruce kneels down again, this time addressing both boys equally. Here's what I want you both to understand. Tommy, you're bigger than Brandon right now. In a few years, maybe you'll be even bigger. Maybe you'll be the strongest kid in school. But size only matters if you use it wrong. If you use your size to hurt people, you're weak. If you use your size to protect people, you're strong. Real strength is choosing to help instead of hurt. Can you understand that? Tommy nods slowly. I think so. And Brandon, you're going to meet bullies your whole life. People bigger than you. People who want to push you down. I won't always be there to stop them. So you need to learn how to handle them yourself. Not by fighting, not every time. Sometimes by being smarter, by being calmer, by not letting them make you angry or scared. That's real power, emotional control. Can you understand that? Brandon nods. Yes, Dad. Bruce looks at Tommy. Tommy, I want you to apologize to Brandon. Not because I'm forcing you, because you understand now that what you did was wrong. Tommy looks at Brandon, hesitates, then says quietly, Sorry I pushed you. Brandon looks at his dad. Bruce nods encouragingly. It's okay, Brandon says. Good, Bruce says. Now, Tommy, would you like to learn something? Learn what? A real martial arts technique. Something you can use to protect yourself. Or to protect someone else if they need help. Tommy's eyes go wide. Really? You'd teach me? If you promise to use it the right way. To help people. Not hurt them. I promise. Bruce smiles. Then spends the next 5 minutes teaching both boys a simple wrist escape technique. How to break free if someone grabs you. He shows them slowly, patiently. Make sure they both understand. Other kids at the playground start gathering around, watching, curious. Soon, there are 8 kids standing in a circle, all learning from Bruce Lee. And from the bench, Tommy's father, a man named Frank Jenkins, is watching everything. His expression has changed. The amusement is gone, replaced by something else: shame, realization, respect. After the impromptu lesson ends and the kids run off to play, Frank walks over to Bruce. Mr. Lee, Frank says. His voice is different, humbler. Can I talk to you for a minute? Bruce stands up. Of course. Frank looks uncomfortable. I owe you an apology. I've been raising Tommy wrong. I thought toughness meant being aggressive. Thought boys needed to be mean to be strong. But watching you just now, the way you handled that situation, I realized I've been teaching him to be a bully, and I don't want that. I don't want him to grow up thinking strength means hurting people. Bruce nods. It's never too late to change. Would you be willing to teach him properly? I can pay whatever you charge for lessons. Bruce thinks for a moment. I don't usually teach children this young. My classes are for teenagers and adults. But I'll make an exception. Bring Tommy to my school, Junfan Kung Fu Institute. Tuesday and Thursday evenings, no charge. He can train with the beginners class. Frank's eyes water slightly. Thank you, really, thank you. Just promise me one thing, Bruce says. Anything. Change how you talk to him at home. Don't encourage aggression anymore. Encourage discipline. Encourage respect. Encourage control. If he learns martial arts but you keep teaching him the wrong values, he'll just become a more dangerous bully. Frank nods firmly. I promise, I'll change. I'll do better. They shake hands. Brandon tugs on Bruce's shirt. Dad, can Tommy be my friend now? Bruce smiles. That's up to you and Tommy, but I think that would be nice. 20 years later, Los Angeles, 1989, a small martial arts school in Westwood. The sign above the door reads, Jenkins Academy, Traditional Martial Arts. Inside, Tommy Jenkins, now 27 years old, fit, confident, calm, is teaching a class of young students, teenagers mostly. He's demonstrating a technique, explaining the principles, emphasizing control, emphasizing respect. After class, a parent approaches him. Mr. Jenkins, my son told me you studied under Bruce Lee, is that true? Tommy smiles. Studied with him, yes. When I was 7 years old, I bullied his son on a playground. Instead of punishing me, Bruce taught me the most important lesson of my life, that real strength is choosing not to use it. He taught me for 3 years, changed everything about how I saw the world. He's the reason I became an instructor. That's incredible, the parent says. So you teach his style? I teach his philosophy, Tommy corrects. The techniques are important, but the philosophy is what changes lives. Bruce Lee didn't just teach me how to fight. He taught me how to live, how to be strong without being cruel, how to help instead of hurt. That's what I try to pass on to every student who walks through that door.